Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the Houston Oilers and the New York Jets. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Oilers and the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gardner. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Take it in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
Well, we've had that bittersweet week of the NFL season, haven't we? The last week of the regular season, week 17. Come on, Brandon. Can he win the MVP? Can he do it here in this last game?
Well, he's got to make a strong impression here in the final week. It's an interesting race. My MVP. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. That ball complete to Isabella. But despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. And we take a look now at the New York offense.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's the Jets punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, it just opens things up for guys who want to throw it. It gives you easier passing lanes. and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
Well-executed 22-yard gain. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Yeah, it's a 4-yard loss. Really sets him back down for second down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
Back to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. From the midfield strike, they look to throw. Pressure here, and down it goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups. Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. So the opening play in the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. We know this offense, they're built around passing the football. That time, the running game didn't suit them so well.
Not so well, but they have to do it every so often. You have to be able to control the pass rush a little bit, make them somewhat hesitant before they come and get your quarterback. At least have the illusion that you have a running game.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's the Jets punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards, 1 strike. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Houston. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Campbell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. He's got his tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he finds a man in a crossing route. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st down, Oilers.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. That play never got off the ground.
And a lot of times defenses want to disguise their intentions. Not in this case. They came full bore after him and really whacked him on that play. A big-time loss.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. 2nd and 6. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. To the referee, and that means 4th down. A choice to make. You're on the road. You're going to take the 3. You're so close to the end zone.
Well, you know what the book says. You know, that mythical book about what to do in certain situations. Road team, it says be aggressive. Go get a touchdown. Don't play for a field goal. I say keep that book open and do it.
And his kick is indeed good. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the 1st. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. Points, either an extra point, or in this case, a field goal.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards, all told, as he's taken down back shallow the 20. And New York set to take the field.
Well, this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no 1st down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. A look there at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
Yeah, they just held him to a field goal. So to them, that was an almost complete performance because, you know, when you really shut someone out, that's complete. But that's pretty darn good, isn't it?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing. Mayfield. They set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Working out again. Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You go plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. This is a pretty good kick. Let's take it inside his own 40. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. Here comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That'll be caught by Hester. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 catches, 111 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage is not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Complete to number 32. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Houston.
This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this 1st quarter. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got him wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. He'll look to throw. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. You can name now the 1st down completion.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And our statistician, Ben Ramsard, has held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss only in the 1st quarter.
Well, Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats. I'd love to be on the offense's headset right now because what you're hearing is, can someone please block him? Come up with a scheme, come up with something. Make sure you block him because he's disrupting everything.
He'll look to throw. Quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction. And was able to track the ball in another.
This quarterback now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. They'll give to the big man, Campbell. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. We're going to look now at the defense for the New York Jets. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. That's going to come out. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 4. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4. Second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this one is right through. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So quick 3 on the board, but from that far into enemy territory, probably hoping for more.
Yeah, I think they're going to get together on the sideline and talk about it, right? Because you get that far, that deep, you want to come away with a touchdown. They'll take the 3, they're going to file away for the future.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as these guys will get it at the 25. And New York set to take the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The huddle come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stance. They're just heading straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Here's the Jets punter now. He's been terrific so far. Yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Houston. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're...
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will be set up now as he brings us all the way back inside the 12.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past the 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse. We saw speed. And what I love the most, he finished each and every one.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the 10-yard back makes it to the goalpost, and they are on the board, trailing now at 6-3. So if you like field goals, you've come to the right spot. We've had 3 so far.
Well, this is a football game, right?
It is.
How you like that? You like where I went with that? How about that? Okay, let's face it. In this game right now, both defenses have responded well. They're trying to hold the line on this. You just wonder if anyone can break through with a touchdown and put some pressure on their opposition.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. Let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the give, this is Sayers. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
On the carry. He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 2.
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
It's a gain of 1. And it's 3rd down.
He'll drop to 3. It's Hester. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Gain on the play. 1st down, Oilers.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with a big man, Campbell. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Looking to throw. This one taken in by Hester. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
1st down, Houston.
This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And they're going to get it. 16-yard line. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you a point. After point, or in this case, a field goal.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But let's have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's a pickup before, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll come on 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now Mayfield. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Mayfield now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
49-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd
on 2nd down, Williams. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. From the gun, Mayfield. Got his man, and they go 48-yard line. Call out a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Well, where do you find that one in the playbook, Charles?
You don't. You absolutely don't. And sometimes what happens is guys want to make a big play, and they turn it into a really bad one. Sometimes you're best just to cut your losses and go down. I hope we don't see another play like that, and I'll guarantee you the offensive coordinator, he's on his play sheet. He can't find it either.
Yeah, big loss there on the pass completion. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they're going to search for that patience here now.
First down, Oilers.
Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And he will find his man on the outside. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Campbell. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. On the handoff, here's Campbell. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness. One cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On 1st down, Campbell. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They run with Sayers. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Eddie Jackson running down. He's a gain of a yard.
He's got his tight end fan. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36.
A gain of 12.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another 1st down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
Here's a give now to Sayers. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
He was taken down by William Foster. It's a big gain of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. He's got his big tight end fan.
Pass on 2nd down. Complete to Noah Fant. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Houston.
Now they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw.
That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. They had it first and goal. 3 attempts. Couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, it's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
They go play action. Mayfield. They'll get this one to Goddard. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. A first down throw for Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw again on second down. Mayfield. And we'll get inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there at a first down. Mayfield now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. First and 10. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield. They're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Mayfield brings him up first and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
At the 17-yard line.
From the 17, Mayfield. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Down at the line of scrimmage.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun. Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
A 43-yard attempt.
And Lambo will put this one through. And they'll move it back within 6 now. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or in this case, a field goal.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Check.
On the draw, it's Sayers. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. 7 yards there and a first down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check.
Back to throw here. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the Eagles who come away with the home victory. 28-6 was a one-sided final. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. We welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First down and 10. At their own 29-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. A gain of 3, second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1-yard on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball, because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Or maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Call it a pickup at 7, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. That comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
1st down, Houston.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
29 yards. 1st down, Oilers.
This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. He's at the 50. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, probably they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No
him.
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit and not go down and fumble the ball.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
2nd and 6.
From the 30-yard 2nd down, Mayfield, wide open receiver, complete. Given 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Now a 1st down carry, it's Williams. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 7th
Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Yeah, he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
The kick by Lambo is good. And they will bring the deficit back down to 3. So it's a third field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
No, they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the post.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out comes Houston. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
The first down pass, complete to number 32. Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. 33 yards that time.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there at a 1st down.
First down, players.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Sayers. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
The ball carrier.
On 3rd down, it's Campbell. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. On the run, it's Campbell. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Well, that's one where he's probably looking at his offensive line and saying, fellas, at least give me a second to catch it and move somewhere.
Yeah, sometimes you see guys get upset after those types of plays, but the best ones, they shrug off the mistakes of their offensive linemen and keep working with them. They want to see you have some toughness, take the hit, and come back stronger the next play.
And a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a way out. This pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
4th and goal.
On 4th down, Mike Vrabel says, let's get 3 out of this. He sends on the field goal unit. from the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
This will be fielded at the 8. Well, it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker try on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. They run it again with Williams. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 5.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Mayfield. And he's got his target. That's more. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
The busy night continues for Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Mayfield on 1st down. This one caught by Isabella. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches at the 38-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Mayfield looks to throw. Open man has got it all complete. Give him 9 there, the 1st down completion. That last catch short the marker by just a yard, leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
The 26-yard line.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. This one good for a 1st down. And also, that is catch number 90 for him now on the season.
And the Jets, 1st down.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Williams. And they'll only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and 1.
At the 24-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 1 for Mayfield. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
An 8-yard loss. Brings up 4th down.
So out comes the field goal team once more. This will be from 49 yards out. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
Let's field it a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A run. This is Sayers. Space to maneuver at the 40. And a cut to the sideline. Well, he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one. On the final act of the third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And they'll give it here to his running back. Well, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Second and 13. His throw caught at about the 5. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. For 4 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
That drive was quick and impressive. Almost like they had somewhere else they needed to be after the game.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Oilers 22.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
They're on 22-yard line.
And the Jets set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Baker Mayfield sacked. Another line. Taken down back at the 15-yard line.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Mayfield. Buying time under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I'm coming back. Brought down back at the 11-yard line.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Mayfield's pass, intended for Andy Isabella.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, well, there was a 19-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Campbell making the catch. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Escape, and he goes down. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for Houston. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. So after he looked really good early, they haven't been able to find the big tight end as much. What gives?
Well, sometimes that's not in the game plan defensively. They're trying to take away other people, or they weren't expecting him to get off to such a hot start. But now, they know he's out there. They made a few adjustments, surrounded with a few more people, a few different coverages. Let's see if he makes the adjustments now. Does he change up a few things to try and work his way open? Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
He's brought down back at the 16-yard line.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and abundant. Mayfield now. And he's going to go down again.
Tackle made back at the 10-yard line.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. To throw, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. against Houston. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Going to the right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44s. They try again on first down. They'll hand this to Campbell, running right. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Out of bounds at the 47-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a first down. He's played a great game and continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
They'll run on first down. It's Campbell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a loss of 2.
It had to be a nightmare as a ball carrier. You look up and see his big bear claws coming at you right away. No chance.
And just think how the game continues to evolve. We always worried about the defensive ends and the outside linebackers bringing pressure. How about the play now? It's not just eating up blockers for these guys inside, is it? It's eating up blockers and making plays in the backfield.
And just eating. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. Back to throw here. That'll be caught. It's Hester. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. The defenders stayed home and they'll stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. No doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
Step on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And again this time to the tailback. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. He was able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw.
It's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hand, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This fielded at the 2. It is up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Sneaky guys. Watch out for 86. Check pass, check pass.
Back to it after the pick 6. Mayfield. He'll get this one to Galloway. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing. Mayfield. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
Easy work.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Mayfield with it once more. And that will be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. The throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only point kicker. Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
No, in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. Super tough.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Houston.
They'll try and pound it in with Sayers. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
This was boxing. You think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered. But this is why they keep the fight going, right? They just got done with a really nice play. Show them they still got a little bit left, don't they?
Haven't had many plays that they can clip, put in the film room, and smile about. But, hey, there's one.
Clip and save.
A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Taken down. So we've seen this before. He's made 6 already, and now he'll try to become just one of a handful of men to make 7 in a game. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Is fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. But they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Now a man open down the middle of the field. They're going to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now carrying number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out early in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now on 4th down, honors the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Followed a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. They bring their punter out there now, standing just outside his own goal line. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for our visitors, they'll wrap up the campaign an impressive 15-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen, as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.